I know you saw this already.
Oh, yeah.
But there is no other way to start this fucking show than with Big Dick Daddy from Cincinnati.
Hi, what is your name?
My name is Big Dick Daddy, and I'm from Cincinnati.
Big Daddy from Cincinnati.
Absolutely.
I saw you making some gestures at the police. I was wondering what's going on. What's going on here today?
Well,
This is, first of all, you can practically just smell the booze coming off of this man.
Who is this woman interviewing him is what I was wondering. Does she work for like an actual news service, or is she just some like crazy person who ran up on him?
I don't know. I didn't. I should have maybe dug a little deeper to figure that out. But I mean, she seems very professional, although she is using a phone to film this interview.
The only thing that sort of sounds professional about her is her voice. But
Right.
But she also has the voice of like a bitchy white woman trying to like, just keep playing it.
Yeah.
I'll explain myself afterwards.
the cops shot somebody down here a couple nights ago, and they're going to just walk away like it's no big deal. And just people like these fine folks right here say, no, it's enough. Give us a reason, give us an excuse, and we want to hold somebody accountable.
Okay.
You can't just go around killing people. Can you? I
No.
can't. I know I
No.
can't. I mean, there's lots of people, sure, I'd like to put a stick in, but
Now that is, though this being Cincinnati, that is a grand old Southern expression.
Oh yeah, this guy's clearly from the South.
Well, you know, Cincinnati is right there on the border of Kentucky and Ohio.
I know. Technically, it's not, but this guy might just live there. I think he was born in the South.
Yeah,
But it could be like the David Cross bit where the redneck
voice is everywhere. Yeah, that's true. I love it's plenty of people I want to put a stick in.
you know,
How long is all this going to go on?
it's going to go on till it's over.
Till it's over? What's going to make this over? What are there specific demands that these people
See,
want?
this
that
is why
you
I don't think she's
and
a
these fellow
news
people
reporter.
want?
I would like to have some pussy, and that would make it over for me. Some real good pussy.
Well, have a great day.
Yeah, you're right. She might be some sort of like weird like right wing provocateur. Or
I think
something.
she is.
Yeah, it's like from Blaze TV or something.
Because she asked him, "What are your demands?" Like it's some sort of like hostage situation.
Yeah, it's like how like Glenn Beck or like Bill O'Reilly used to send like goons to like Obama rallies and try to catch people saying dumb shit.
Yeah, well, that's what she's doing, and he is. After a certain point, he becomes fully aware of that.
Yeah.
Especially during the last question.
Right.
He knows that she's trying to bait him into saying something stupid, and so he's just like, "Oh, you want something stupid? All right." And he just says the craziest thing you could say.
Yeah. God, he's the best though.
And it fucked up her whole shit because she was like, he was so weird that she was like, and he's gonna say something fucking weird
Crazy,
and stupid.
Yeah.
And then he did, but it wasn't what she wanted. And
Right, it was just hilarious.
yeah, that's why she immediately disengaged. She knew she wasn't gonna get what she wanted from that man.
Yeah, exactly. But
Because she was still interviewing at first when she said or when he said I'm Big Dick Daddy
from Cincinnati.
Any legitimate news reporter like network television
Right.
would have just cut him off right there.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I was kind of halfway thinking it might be some sort of like local news thing where they just sent someone out to because they. A lot of like local news places do have those like man on the street things that they'll film with like a phone so they can make like online exclusive content. But
Yeah.
at any rate, Bernie Sanders dropped out, and so now I'm putting all the eggs in the basket of Big Dick Daddy from Cincinnati. That's where I'm at with the whole thing.
Can you run for president if you have multiple felonies?
Yeah.
Okay.
You absolutely can. You can't. Even if you can't vote, you can run for president. Eugene Debs ran for president from prison.
Oh, really? How'd that work out for him?
Pretty good, I think. One of
Did he win?
no, but I would say probably mounted the most successful incarcerated third-party campaign run of all time.
I guess that's probably true.
Lots of people run from jail.
Do they?
Yeah. I think Joe Exotic said he he was trying to run. There's a long history of incarcerated people running from jail.
I guess you start taking stock of what you can do inside jail.
Yeah.
And you find out running for president's one of them. And you just go, fuck it. Why not?
Might as well. Yeah.
I'm bored at the fucking workroom or whatever.
Might as well.
License plate factory, whatever they force those poor men to do for pennies.
Yeah. But so that made my day today. At least we got that.
Hopefully he is from Cincinnati and not a foreign country, so he can actually run for president.
Yeah. I think he is.
He seems over 35.
Oh, he's definitely. Well, I don't know. He might just be a real hard 32.
That's true. That's very true.
Really hard living 30.
Drinking cheap tequila and bacon in the sun.
Yeah. Seems fucking Cincinnati.
He's got that shirt you were talking about yesterday. It's not a V cut. It's just a fucking super
really stretched.
Yeah, it's like he just took the collar and tried to stretch it to his belly button.
Yeah. Or a bar bouncer stretches that collar most nights when he's dragging the guy out of the establishment.
And he's going, "Do you know I am a big dick daddy?
I'm a big dick daddy from Cincinnati."
I wonder if that's even from Cincinnati.
Oh man, good point. Yeah,
we need to find out more about this video. I'm too interested in the facts of it at this point.
Yeah,
because there's a lot of stuff going on here.
Yeah, I'll try to get to the bottom of it. It was shared on Twitter by at Rex Chapman. Who
is that a football player?
He's got a blue check. I don't think he's a football player. He's
got a similar name to one.
Based out of Lexington, and he has a link to an Adult Swim stream. So I guess he's a comedian or somehow involved in.
Yeah,
he's a showbiz type.
That's cool.
I suppose. Anyway, what you been up to today?
Been playing video games.
Oh, what you been getting into?
Counter-Strike.
Okay.
Or as my roommate would call it, Baby Army.
Wait, why is it Baby Army?
Because I think she just thinks it's childish that any grown man would play a war video game.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And she didn't call my game Baby Army, but my other roommate, who's a man, was playing a game like that.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And he was playing with a headset and being loud or something. Okay. She was all pissed about it.
Do you have a headset?
I only play by myself, not online. So the only thing I'll say is fuck. When I lose.
Right.
I'll be like, God damn it.
Okay.
Can't believe it. That was stupid of me.
Yeah.
I get real upset when I start losing at video games. I'll start blaming the game and shit.
Yeah.
The controller. The controller does fuck up sometimes in the game I'm playing.
Oh, sure.
So when I blame the controller, 50% of the time it's true.
Yeah, there's a reason for it. I think if you have the headset, that is when you get into
dangerous territory.
Yeah. No, I know we got a lot of gamers that listen to the show, so no offense. But
nah, dude, I used to have one.
Yeah.
And it's honestly fun if you're you about the game and shit.
Okay.
I was a dickhead on it.
Yeah.
It was back when I drank and shit.
Oh man, well
you can go on Xbox Live and it'll show you a percentage of people who have either voted to be near you more, because you can upvote people online to where I guess the servers will maybe put you in the same game more often.
Oh, okay. People you like. It's almost following them on Twitter or something.
Yeah, but you can also do it with dislike.
Oh,
and 30% of the people who played with me chose to dislike, because it wasn't just me though. Me and my friends would just be let's get really high and be annoying on the internet.
Yeah, sure.
And that's what you end up doing on Xbox Live.
So what kind of stuff would you do?
Try to talk to people. That's the worst thing you can do, I feel is when people are playing a game and taking it serious.
You're just so what's up?
Yeah, you're just trying to have a conversation with them or just saying weird stuff. All the fun you can have online.
Yeah.
Get called slurs.
Yeah, that's pretty much what that headset's for.
I maybe have said this before on the podcast, but I did a video game show in Austin where there's different segments of video game related things you had to do, and one of them was see how fast you can get called a hate word online.
Oh, shit.
And I did it in 5 seconds.
Wow.
I literally just asked if the mic was working, and some guy called me the F word.
Whoa, Jesus. Just
It's a dangerous situation out there.
I was going to say, really, really healthy people out there on the
when
on
I
the
would want to
gaming.
seriously play the game, I just wouldn't use the headset. It was like one of
Yeah.
those things I would only use to be a bad person with.
Yeah, well, that makes sense, too, because I'm thinking about it. I'm like, I don't want to hear what any of these people have to say.
No, it's not. You end up muting a lot of people because it's just people like me who are annoying.
They're just trying to be annoying.
Yeah. Like, 15-year-olds love to troll, or,
Oh, yeah.
Not even just 15-year-olds.
Yeah.
The other night I was playing Texas Hold'em poker on my phone, and it was literally like fucking 4 a.m. or something. I've just been staying up way too late.
Yeah.
And this kid joins, and he just starts being like, hey guys, don't trust China. Donald Trump's cool, right? Support Donald Trump. China's bad. And he just like kept saying that, and nobody was responding. And then after like a couple minutes of just nobody responding, they just left.
Yeah.
They didn't actually want to play Texas Hold'em. They just sort of like throwing the hook out there to see if anybody was going to take the bait.
That makes sense. Yeah.
And that's what trolling's all about, man.
Yeah, man. Like we used to do the prank phone calls, man. That's very, very similar.
Yeah, but it's like I was saying, you can't give that person what they want, like that fake news reporter.
Yeah.
If you're being trolled, you gotta fucking
gotta pull a 180 on them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Dude, I saw a number we should prank.
Oh, what's that?
There's some business called Handy Randy's Handyman Service. I saw a screenshot of it online.
Oh, man.
And I bet he's gotten prank calls before.
I'm sure he has.
But that seems like the place to go.
Calling Handy Randy. Man, at this point, I'd feel bad about it and then end up playing like, I guess I kind of want to get my house painted. How much you charge to paint a room?
Dude, that happened to me once. I listened to this podcast where they used to have a sponsorship from Neil Leeds from Leeds Mattress, which is a mattress store out here in LA. And he's like a fucking weirdo.
Yeah.
And he went on the podcast and like gave out his number.
The mattress guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
As like, hey, hit me up and get a mattress. But I didn't know, because the podcast also has like people come in as characters all the time.
Oh, okay.
And he was so fucking weird, I thought he was a character.
Uh-huh.
So I was like, I'm just going to call this number and see what happens, thinking it's like part of some elaborate bit.
Yeah.
And then I called him, and he just starts trying to sell me a mattress instantly. And then I felt bad and like listened to his whole sales pitch. And I was like, yeah, sounds good. I'll call you back.
Man, the king of mattresses in LA. You ever seen that commercial for Sit and Sleep?
No, what's that?
It's like a mattress store local to
and chairs. It sounds like.
Yeah. It's like Lazy Boys and mattresses,
Uh-huh.
and it's local. As far as I know, it's local to LA. But the pitch man on the Sit and Sleep ad, he keeps going. He's like, if you don't like your mattress, it's free. That's my favorite part.
All right.
He's like a Pillsbury Doughboy man.
How do we prove we don't like it?
Huh? Yeah,
Because I need a new mattress bad.
maybe that's or no. He's like, maybe he's like, if you can beat our deals, your mattress. The part I remember is he goes, your mattress is free, not the actual what the deal is.
Sit and Sleep will beat anyone's advertised price, or your mattress is free.
I need a new mattress so bad. I don't know if I've ever had a new mattress. Once when I was a kid, I think.
Yeah, I don't think I have either.
They're so expensive.
Yeah.
We're poor.
I 100% have never slept on a new mattress. Unless the mattress in my crib or childhood bed was new.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, when I upgraded to a full size in like junior high, it was just the guest bed. So there was the mattress that had always been in there. They just moved the big guest bed into my room.
Okay.
And then the twin bed went into the guest room. Like, yeah, so no, I genuinely don't think I've ever slept on a fucking new mattress.
I remember when my parents got me and my brother new mattresses, because we thought our mattresses were all worn out and shitty, which I guess they kind of were.
Yeah.
But like we had never slept on a new mattress, and when our parents got them for us, we were like, these are so fucking hard and stiff. Like, what the fuck?
My aunt, when she got divorced, she took her alimony money and bought Tempur-Pedic mattresses.
That's what I had
for every bedroom in the house, including the guest bedroom. So I used to love going to Gainesville specifically just to take naps and shit because those things are so comfortable.
Yeah, they're nice.
Yeah, so I would look forward to going down to visit my aunt in Gainesville because it was like, hell yeah, they got a good Best Buy. This is how long ago this was. This was the year 2000. They had a fucking awesome CD section in the Best Buy.
Oh, they had the big one.
This huge CD section. It was fucking ridiculous, and then also the good mattresses there.
I bet your aunt hated that. She would probably be looking forward to seeing her fucking nephew. And you just get to her house and just fall asleep. And then you wake up and go to Best Buy only to come back and fall asleep right after dinner.
I gotta say, that side of the family, they're sleepy folks.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like
I guess that explains the amount of beds in the house.
My dad's side of the family, there's nothing, I mean... We'll take naps as a family, like, eat lunch and everybody.
That sounds so weird.
Everybody kind of like not in the same bed, but you know what I mean. Like, there's just this thing that always like I remember visiting my grandparents when I was a kid. It was like you'd eat lunch, sit around for a minute, and then everybody kind of look at their watch and just slowly go to the different bedrooms and then wake up for dinner. Yeah, we like some naps. We appreciate naps.
I never started napping until I was older.
Yeah.
And I'm still, I don't know if I'm a fan or not.
Oh, man.
I only take a nap when I've fucked up and not slept enough. I can't just take a nap randomly.
Yeah, it happens from occasionally. It's rare that I can plan for it. It's more just like I don't have anything to do, and then I, put on a fucking movie or something, and then accidentally wake up at like 6:30, and you're like, oh, now I'm just
I did that
awake.
Last night.
Did you?
Yeah, because I knew those fucking maintenance guys were coming today to check all our smoke alarms.
Oh, yes.
And they said they were going to come between 9 and 1. I've been sleeping till like 12:31 lately.
Oh, really?
And so, yeah.
Damn.
Because I just fucked up like a couple nights ago and just stayed up real late.
Yeah,
and it's just been hell ever since.
Oh, man.
Not hell, but it's just I'm not preferable, I would say.
Yeah.
And so, I went to sleep at like 10:30 last night.
Shit.
I put on Ninja Turtles 3. Passed the fuck out.
Oh, man.
It's a horrible movie.
I remember.
It's so bad.
I remember watching it in the theater as a child.
Yeah, they try so hard to make it have some weird ass storyline, and just don't do that.
They shit. If I'm not mistaken, they shit canned the Jim Henson Company, and so the suits look horrible.
Yeah, see, that's what I was thinking last night. I was like, I remember these looking better.
Yeah. I think they had Jim Henson did the suits for the first one. I know. And then maybe the second one, but definitely somebody was gone in the suit department in the Ninja Turtles 3.
Yeah.
So they just look very rubbery, and they're not really like...
Yeah, if you're looking for a movie to fall asleep to. The fucking turtles, their body just looks like a fucking wetsuit they painted like a turtle.
Yeah. They were cutting corners all over the place in that shit. We got some Twitter questions. This is from Jake Murphy at Comic Fanboy 616. What are your favorite Ben & Jerry's flavors?
I mostly don't eat Ben & Jerry's because I consider it expensive.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
When I do, it's fine.
So Ben & Jerry's is widely available, is the thing.
I grew up in Texas, so I grew up on Blue Bell.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
So that's my standard.
Homemade ice cream. What a perfect way to say, have yourself a Blue Bell country day. Yeah.
Rivers, did they sell it?
Oh, yeah, we got Blue Bell in Alabama.
Because I've heard people talk about how when they come through Texas, they make it a point to like get some.
Yeah, we had it growing up for sure. Yeah.
It's not that. I mean, it's not crazy.
It's a regionalism.
It's good. It's fine. It's affordable compared to Ben & Jerry's, which is like $8 a pint.
Man, I will ride hard for the quality of Ben & Jerry's just because
the quality's good.
You actually, unlike Haagen-Dazs, which I find completely average in every category.
It's nothing special.
But it's the same price as Ben & Jerry's. At least Ben & Jerry's goes the extra mile to pack that shit. If you're a person that likes your ice cream full of shit,
See, that's one of my number one complaints about it. There's too much shit in it.
Oh, really? See,
Yeah.
I like just like packed out with random stuff.
I feel like I don't get enough ice cream that way.
Yeah.
You know what? You gotta try. I tried it recently. Pleasantly surprised. 7-Eleven brand ice cream.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
Their branded products are fucking good.
Yeah. They're not bad.
I'm sure they did something horrible, and I shouldn't support 7-Eleven, but those kettle chips and that ice cream.
They have hot dog flavored chips.
What?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
You're making that up.
Swear to God, I don't know if they still got them, but I remember when I first moved to LA and had a lot of experience with 7-Eleven, standing in line, looking down, and they had hot dog and like ketchup flavored chips, and they tasted like hot dogs and ketchup.
Dude, I used to go to 7-Eleven so much I had the 7-Eleven app on my phone.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that shit works, dude.
Racking up points.
If you have the app on your phone, you'll get a notification like every day with some stupid fucking deal where it's just like Slurpee, 99 cents, any size.
Yeah.
And you're like, fuck, why wouldn't I do that? And it's just a trick to get you in the store to buy more shit.
Sure. Yeah.
But also, yeah, you get points and then you earn free items. And
See, 7-Eleven should be.
I ended up
sponsoring this show too.
I had to delete it off my phone so I would stop going to 7-Eleven.
It kept tricking you into going.
Well, I was just like, I'm eating so much sugar now because of this shit.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it'd get to a point where I was like eating a Slurpee or drinking it, whatever. And I'm like, dude, I don't even want this. I just bought it because it was a deal.
right. No, as far as the Ben and Jerry's question, I have many favorites. It's Ben and Jerry's provides such a smorgasbord of flavors that I act instinctually when I'm confronted with a freezer full of Ben and Jerry's. My favorites: Jordan Peele recently proclaimed his love for Cherry Garcia. I will back that up.
I don't like that one.
No?
No.
Oh man, I love that shit.
I don't want cherry.
See, I like the dark chocolate in there, and I like the cherries. It's I'm a big fan of that. They had a really, really good flavor that was I'm pretty sure they didn't continue making. That was insanely good, which was Willie Nelson's Country Peach Cobbler. It was a peach cobbler one with Willie Nelson on it. That was really fucking good.
Oh yeah, that sounds pretty good.
Big Willie fan, and of course, big peach cobbler fan. Cinnamon roll. Have you had that shit?
No.
Oh my god, it's like a cookie dough situation, except it's little cinnamon roll balls.
Another thing I don't like about Ben and Jerry's is when you go to a store that has it, they have like two kinds.
Yeah.
Sometimes they only have one.
Yeah, it's
That's
usually
disappointing.
It's usually the Cherry Garcia. I think
Yeah.
that's their biggest flavor. I used to like the Stephen Colbert Americone Dream.
Oh, I never had that.
It's caramel. It's got a caramel swirl, and it's got waffle cone chips that are chocolate covered.
Did they do a Jimmy Fallon one too?
Yeah, that one. I don't know what it is now. I think they've changed the actual flavor of the Jimmy Fallon one, but when it was first happening, it was when he got the late nights, when he got Conan's old spot, and it was chocolate covered potato chips. It was called like Jimmy Fallon's late night snack, and it was like had chocolate covered potato chips. I think I did have that once, and it was just fine.
You're not supposed to see. I'll put chips in my ice cream.
Oh, really?
When I get some 7-Eleven kettle chips and some 7-Eleven brand ice cream.
Yeah.
And if I open them at the same time, I'll crush a little bit of chips on there. I'm not going to put a chip inside it and fucking freeze the thing.
Yeah. Well, they were chocolate covered potato chips.
Yeah,
so
still.
it's like a nice
That's still
salty,
insane.
Crunchy.
Yeah, that's
okay.
why it's good.
Yeah. It was just, that one was just all right. Fish food, classic.
Which one's that?
It's like they've got little caramel fish inside of it. So they're like little chocolate caramel things, and like I think fudge in it or something like that.
Okay.
I don't know. I would definitely buy things based on if I just liked the thing that was on it. So I was like, oh, Willie Nelson, good. Fish, band I like. You know.
Yeah, I know that about you.
Yeah.
Looking at your Cam Newton Gatorade.
Yeah. Shelf. That's right. Yeah. Trying to think if there is. They did a Monty Python one time that was really good. Yeah, man, I fuck with Ben & Jerry's. Ben & Jerry's is outstanding.
If they had a bigger selection at most stores, I'd probably eat it more.
We got another question from at Percy Pringle III. Says, which one of you guys would make the best cop, and which one would make the best doctor?
Well, Rivers clearly doctor.
Really do.
You're the smart one on the podcast, as I have declared many times.
Well,
but you are also a rule follower a lot of the time. But that'd be good for a doctor because you wouldn't fucking kill people. Hopefully,
I suppose I don't really like blood and guts. That or at least But
do you like shooting people?
Well, that's the thing. Well, what I was gonna say is I wouldn't want to be like a beat cop, but if I could be some sort of detective where my goal was to, solve like serial killings and shit like that. Try to
with what?
With my brain, my amazing mind.
With the internet and Google.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, you can get that shit going.
Your idea of
Find
how
the paper trail
murders get solved is very off. I believe I've never solved a murder or been a part of an investigation for one, but I don't think that's how it works, Rivers.
Well, but the closest that I've come to that is, I'll be like researching something and then you find some piece that nobody's put together and you're like, oh, he fucking did this too. Like if it's, if somebody says some dumb shit on the internet, and then you kind of have to go
find
back
like an old post where they're also dumb.
Yeah. And then you're like, oh, but they don't know. This is why, there was, I'll keep it anonymous, but a comedian who kind of showed up on the scene as like this like crazy Trump person, and then I kind of went back and read through all of their stuff, and then found the part where this person had a spouse that was Latino who left them and divorced them, and then they went Trump nuts.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So that like stuff like that's where I would like to be a detective, is to go back through the records, through the files, like find a motive perhaps, or find, where someone fucked up,
Exhibit A. This is the racism switch that was flipped.
Exactly, yeah.
June 22nd.
Yeah, see that
2005.
That appeals to me more than, being like a doctor.
See that if you got to be a cop though, you got to be on the scene. You got to be with the dead bodies, fucking combing through a carpet looking for pubic hairs and fucking
that seems kind of fun
cum and shit.
That seems more fun than talking to patients or whatever. I don't know. I don't want to do all that. I don't want to know your business. I'd rather, would rather go through a carpet. And
Rivers is the narc. I still think you would make a better because that's not the question.
Yeah.
What you would rather do. It's who would make the better. I have a history of past drug use. You can't trust me with a prescription pad. Come on.
Yeah. I just think, if I'm allowed to extend the definition of the word cop to mean detective, then that appeals to me. And I think, because a lot of that is just research.
And you think I would be a better doctor? Because that's the question.
So. Yeah.
Why? What gives you the idea I would be better at being a doctor?
I mean, you're empathic.
That doesn't help.
Easy to talk to. I don't know.
None of those things help.
I mean, yeah, they do. You could, if you're like a psychiatrist or something, that's a doctor.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Yeah, you could talk. I feel like you could de-escalate most people's crazy brains, maybe.
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe not a medical doctor. I clearly would not be good at that.
Yeah, see, if I can stretch cop to mean detective, we can definitely stretch doctor to mean like psychologist or something.
But I think you would be good at that too if you're like finding pieces from their past and be like, oh, this is where everything went wrong for you, sir.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I can go. Yeah, exactly.
Because you're a talker too.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm thinking a detective. That's what I want to do.
You don't want to be a doctor so bad.
I really don't. I don't care. I don't care about your fucking brain problems. I don't care about your heart. I just want to find. I want to find.
You want to put people in jail.
I want to find sickos, dude.
Oh my god,
you're a bad sickos
person.
And get them off the streets.
Welp. You just killed our podcast. You're canceled now.
Yeah. I'm canceled.
Everybody shut it off right now.
Absolutely. I've got a news story from Massachusetts, from the city of Brockton. Billy J. Smith Jr., 34.
That's a great name.
Yeah, especially from fucking Brockton, motherfucker.
Is J an abbreviation, or is that his full middle name?
No, it's an abbreviation. Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah, I'm fucking Billy J. Smith over here. 34 is being charged with disorderly conduct, vandalizing property, and attempted poisoning after he allegedly urinated in almond milk at a Stop and Shop in Brockton last Tuesday. So we haven't had one of these in a while of people doing weird bodily fluid stuff at the grocery store.
Yeah, I'm sure if it was happening, it'd be pushed to the back of the newspaper at this point. Because that's a item that's in the cooler.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah.
So you got to go over to the cooler to do that shit.
Oh, yeah. This quote is great. Hey, I think he peed in some milk, a Stop and Shop worker told the arresting officer, according to the report. And this is the cop talking, when I asked the worker to explain further, he said to the effect that the suspect had urinated into a container of almond milk and it was still warm to the touch.
See, this is the confusing part to me, because if you were going to open a container of a liquid, it's full.
Yeah.
So he either has to drink some down or just pour it out to take a piss in it.
Yeah.
Both situations are treacherous.
The officer noted that he watched the store's surveillance footage and said the suspect appeared to be, quote, holding items near his groin area in a hidden manner and looking around as if to make sure no one was around. So he's just kind of like got the milk in front of his dick.
See, I wonder where he went to in the store to do this.
Yeah.
Because it would be pretty bold just to do it with the door open. You're going to be there for a minute. It's going to seem suspicious. But also, do you just walk down an aisle? I guess that's what he did. He just walked down an aisle that he thought was fucking hidden from the cashier.
Yeah. You know how sometimes you'll be in the store and you'll see like a thing that somebody just kind of took to an aisle and just ate real quick and just left there, or like they drank half the bottle or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And this is the grossest part. He then appeared...
Wait, it's grosser? It gets worse?
He then appeared to place the item carefully back on the shelves toward the back behind other items.
Oh, that's
Psycho.
up, dude.
Yeah.
That's fucking awful.
Smith was arrested the following day. He pleaded not guilty to the charges during his arraignment, after which he was ordered to stay away from supermarkets until his next court date in August.
Whoa, that's fucked up, dude. He can't go to the grocery store?
Yeah.
That's an unusual punishment. Maybe not cruel, but that is not...
Yeah.
I would say the store you pissed in, you're not allowed there.
You're not allowed back
sure.
at the Stop and Shop.
But damn, I guess he's doing online delivery.
Yeah. This is my favorite thing, the last line here. Several containers of almond milk and juice drinks from the store have been sent off to a lab to check for fingerprints and urine analysis.
Yeah, because if he was holding multiple things when he was doing it, he got dick all over everything he touched.
Yeah.
Then he got dick all over the jugs he had to move to put it in the back.
Right.
He just got dick and piss all over the place.
Right. But I like that they're going to the extra step of sending it to a lab as opposed to just looking at the security footage and be like, just throw it away where it's fine.
Well, that's for the court case.
Yeah,
because he's denying it now. So now they have to have fucking evidence.
Yeah, they got a
dude.
rock solid fucking DNA test and shit.
I know somebody that got off on an open container charge because the cop didn't save the can.
Oh,
The cop just tossed it aside.
Nice.
And then the lawyer was like, well, do you have evidence that he had an open container?
Oh, no picture, no fucking...
Yeah.
No evidence. Nice.
So at least the cop's smart enough to be like, well, he's denying it. We got to fucking DNA test his piss, I guess.
Just imagine being the lab person.
Yeah, they have to drink it, see what it tastes like.
Swish it around. I just, that case coming into the lab would just be very funny, I think. Of just when they tell you what it is, it's like, yeah, a guy in Brockton fucking pissed in one of these. He's a fucking idiot.
Yeah. I wonder if that's even nothing to them at this point.
I gotta do DNA analysis.
They just roll their eyes and go back to a bloody piece of carpet with fucking flesh in it.
Yeah, one that I found and sent to the lab in my detection.
Hey, you're not on the scene according to your own admittance. Where would you be finding this piece of carpet?
Yeah, well, no, I'd be on the scene like a sex machine. No, I don't know.
See, you'd be a terrible cop. You can't explain shit. You'd fucking be Mr. Magooing around the fucking Stop and Shop, accidentally drinking the almond milk with piss in it.
We got one more question from my friend in Nashville, Narado Moore, at Rod for short, the number 4. Give Rod a follow, because Narado Moore, genuinely one of the funniest fucking people ever, especially online. Give Rod a follow. He says, need a good drunk story from each of you, because most of your listeners, myself included, will have a bit of a buzz today. I was trying to think of a good one, and I
have so many.
Yeah?
Yeah, but it's just like one of those things where you have so many that you almost can't remember the good ones. Like, remember that story I told yesterday about the open mic fight?
Yeah,
I completely forgot that had happened. And then it just like randomly popped into my head.
Just came back to you?
Yeah, and I was just like, oh yeah, like that's a like top-notch open mic insanity story.
Yeah,
completely
absolutely.
forgot about it because I've had so many. I've had like fucking 5 years of open mics since then.
Right.
And it just gets pushed to the back. I can tell one.
Okay,
for sure. That
go for one, because I really have been trying to think of a good one, and mine are like involve other people being drunk and dumb. But
okay, this is a terrible one.
Okay,
turn off the podcast right now. One time I worked with this girl, and she had invited me to like a party she was having at her house. And I knew she kind of liked me or whatever. We had never like done anything, but she's like, hey, come over, whatever. I didn't even really want to go, but there's part of me in my brain that's like, well, maybe I'll go try to get laid or whatever.
Yeah.
So before I even I ended up going to the party like late. I watched like Saturday Night Live and drank like literally like a 12-pack of Shiner by myself.
Oh shit!
And ate a really like good, delicious, greasy cheeseburger from Dan's Hamburgers. And I worked with that girl at a place that was like an event hall. And so people would bring in their own booze for like open bars for weddings.
Yeah.
And we would just steal bottles of liquor because people overbuy tremendously in those situations. And then they get so drunk, they don't know what the fuck they had or what got drank or whatever. So I had this huge bottle of El Jimador tequila.
Okay.
And, and I'm already 12 beers deep at least.
Yeah. This is already a bad situation.
Yeah. So I show up to the party and put the tequila down and fucking start talking to people, and I'm I'm hammered.
Yeah.
Probably take a shot, and then there's like people dancing and shit, and I'm dancing, and I start like getting all fucked up in my stomach, and I was like, I need to fucking fart, and so I just fart on the dance floor, and it's fucking like horrible, it's like the kind of fart
that's
you get
a room clearer.
Yeah, after you drink like a 12-pack of Shiner and eat a fucking burger, and it's like, and so I was just like, fuck. And then I just like, once that happened, it was like uncorking, a fucking keg.
Yeah.
And I just started like farting everywhere.
Oh no.
I just like constantly. And whatever. I'm going around having a good time. At one point, me and the girl who invited me are kind of like, I don't know, having a little moment in her room. And then we end up going back outside. And I have another glass of whatever the fuck. I'm fucking like blacking out at the borderline blacking out at this point.
Yeah.
The next thing I really recall is that the girl who invited me was like sitting on my lap outside. And I was real drunk, and I was like, fuck, I gotta fart again. And I knew it's gonna smell putrid. And this girl's like on my lap.
Oh, God.
And so I was like, I'll just try to like fucking sneak it out, not make any noise. And then I go to do that, and I just shit my pants.
Oh, God.
I just straight up shit in my fucking pants.
No.
Yeah. That greasy burger and all that fucking beer. Just like, yeah.
Oh, no.
Just like shit my fucking pants with this girl sitting on my lap.
This is a nightmare. It's awful.
Yeah, this is why I'm telling this one. Because I have to atone for the shame of this story.
Damn.
So at that point, I'm like, well, that's way worse than a fart. That's going to smell real bad.
Yeah.
So I just was like, hey, I need to go to the bathroom. Just like trying to play it off.
Yeah.
So I get up and I go to the bathroom and I'm like, maybe I'll just like, clean myself up or whatever.
Right.
I like pull down my pants to see the damage. My underwear is just destroyed.
Right,
There's like no
No
salvaging
saving it. Yeah.
And so I'm like, fuck. So I was like, I'll just throw it away in the trash. And then I'm like, I can't throw away shitty boxers in the trash at this girl's house.
It's not like a restaurant or a movie theater or some shit.
There's no like closed lid trash can. It's just like a little one, and it's like already full. I can't just put my shitty underwear on there. No. I'm like, what the fuck am I gonna do? And I look out the window, and I'm like, I could throw it out the window, but it's like their backyard, So I was like, I can't really do that. But thankfully, it's a duplex, and the fence line was like right there at the bathroom window. So I just took my shitty underwear and threw them into the neighbor's yard. And then I was like, all right, well, I have to leave this party now. I shouldn't fucking stay here. I was at least sober enough to think of that. And so I, of course, got in my car to drive home, as you do in these near blackout drunk situations.
Yeah, that's always a good plan.
But I was so fucking drunk that when I got in my car, I like dropped the keys between like the seat and the door, and they're just like down there in a really fucking hard to reach spot. I couldn't get to it because I was too drunk and stupid to figure it out. So I just was like, fuck it. I'm just going to fall asleep in my car. And that's what I did. And I got woken up by somebody else who was at the party being like, hey, are you okay? Do you need a ride home? And it was this other girl I worked with. And I was like, no, I'm fine, just taking a nap or whatever the fuck I said.
Right.
And then I just drove home. And when I got home, I was like, fuck, my short. I got to get rid of these shorts too, just on the principle of it.
Yeah.
And so I go, I think I fucking took a shower, change. I went to go throw away my shorts, my shitty shorts, and I go back inside my house. And at that point, I realized, because I'm still so drunk, my cell phone was in those shorts I just threw away in the dumpster outside.
Oh, God.
So then I had to go back and get the shorts.
So now they're shit shorts and trash shorts.
Yeah.
Double gross.
Yeah. And so I got my phone back, and then it was just like, God, this is a wash of a night.
Oh, my God.
And then, and then at work, I work with these people, right?
Yeah.
So at work, the next time, like the girl who came up to me when I was passed out in my car just comes up to me and she goes, did you shit your pants at that party?
Oh no! They found the shorts.
Well, her neighbors clearly had to. There's like a nasty pair of shitty boxers in your like not that big backyard.
Oh my
God! And you know that your neighbor just had a fucking party that you could hear all night. Like
yeah.
I'm sure they fucking knocked on the door and were like, "Hey, somebody threw shitty underwear in my yard," which I'm sure they were not happy about.
Oh man!
But then I had to be like, "Shit, what?
No.
Act shocked.
Oh,
what?
That's terrible.
Well, somebody, what are you talking about? I don't shit my pants.
That's preposterous. Not I.
But it was like one of those things where I had to be like, "What? Somebody shit their pants?" Like, act shocked. Like that was a thing that even happened.
Oh my God!
And I think that's not even probably the drunkest or most fucked up I've ever been, but that's definitely like the most horrendous shameful thing that I can recall doing.
Yeah.
As far as just grotesqueness.
Oh my God! To that one, yeah. Mine is just like in high school. As you do, you float through various people who will buy you booze.
Yeah.
Our original booze hookup was a friend of mine's mom. Who was like cool, was just like, just bought beer and shit for people. And then,
hey, I'm a complete enabler. I'm probably also an alcoholic myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I need somebody to drink with, kids.
That's kind of what it was, yeah. And then late era, like towards the end of high school, there was a guy who, I don't know where we got the hookup with this dude, but he was 28. His name was Dustin, and he lived in Star Trailer Court, off Opelika Road. and his whole business was he was like an eBay guy. This was like 2002, so it was just sold shit on eBay. So his whole house, like ceiling to floor, was like N64 games and fucking Dreamcast games. Like he sold mostly video game stuff. And then also would buy booze for children, I guess. And
he doesn't sound like a irresponsible, potentially sexually dangerous person.
Not at all.
Hey, kids, you like video games and getting drunk? Me too. I'm 28. Come on by.
I remember thinking that was so old, too, that I was just like, ugh, what a weirdo.
Yeah, dude.
Like, it was cool that he would buy us fucking booze, but, like, we would just be like, okay.
Did he want to hang out with you, too?
Oh, yeah.
Dude, that's the fucking craziest type of creep weirdo.
And we didn't used to, I don't think I had never hung out at this guy's house for any time except for this specific time. Because typically we'd go over, he'd like go to the ABC, and we would always get Southern Comfort. That was the drink, right? And then we'd drink it.
The gentleman's drink, they call it.
Absolutely. Janis Joplin special. There was a power cut kind of near the high school football stadium, and we could just walk up and just like...
What is that?
Where they clear all the trees for a power line.
Oh, okay.
And so it's the woods, but it's like a clearing in the woods. So we go up there and just chug fucking Southern Comfort and then go to the high school football game. That was the ritual that particular fall. But
Friday Night Lights, folks.
Friday Night Lights, dudes. But we went to Dustin's one time, and he was like, yeah, sorry, man, I broke my ID. And I was like, what? And he's like, I fucking sat on it and broke it in half, so the ABC store won't take it because it's broken.
What?
And I was like, okay.
Was
like,
he a big fat guy?
Nah, not really.
Was he sitting on a fucking razor blade?
Dude,
how does that even happen?
I don't know. He showed it to us. I saw the broken license. I don't know how it happened, but he somehow snapped his license in half.
It didn't look like a cut.
No, it looked like it had been. It looked like he said, I don't know how the physics of him doing that, except maybe if it was, in between the cushions of a couch and he sat on it really fucking hard or something.
Maybe.
But at any rate, he was like, yeah, my ID's broken and they won't take it at the ABC, so I can't get you any booze, but you guys are in luck because I had a party last night and I've got, like about this much left and about 6 bottles of different stuff. And you guys are just welcome to like drink it and hang out.
Yeah.
And again, like in hindsight now, you think about shit like this. Like I'm 16 at the time. And you're like, who is this 28-year-old man who was like, yeah, a bunch of kids hang out at my fucking house. And like, I would never do that. It's the same weird mentality of like people who, you'd approach outside of a gas station and be like, hey, man, can you buy some beer? And then they do it. Like, who are these people?
They're making bad decisions, but they also are like, I remember being that kid.
I'm a fucking legend right
or
now.
The video game guy's like, I'm trying to fucking get these kids drunk.
Yeah.
Kids like, Jesus juice?
Right. It's like, yeah. Here's what I remember, though. He was like, yeah, I've got like this little, a little bit left in all these different bottles. And I started, it was Goldschlager.
Yikes.
And that was the first, last, and only time I've ever had Goldschlager. I don't think I've ever had it since.
Why would you?
Yeah, it's fucking gross. So I drank like backwash, essentially, of a Goldschlager.
Was there a lot of gold flakes in the bottom?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh. And those get you more fucked up.
Supposedly, yeah. And then I went from that to Jagermeister, and I think it's the first, last, and only time I've ever had Jaeger. Drank a bunch of that, so now I'm like
Jaeger is a drink for deranged alcoholics and teenagers.
Jaeger's so weird because my whole conception of Jaeger came from Metallica Behind the Music. Where they would always be like, yeah, we do so
People
much.
act like it's badass, and then you try it, and you're like, this is for candy babies.
Yeah, it's like a black jelly bean flavored fucking like liqueur.
Yeah, it's licorice.
Yeah, it's gross. And so I had that, and I was like, this is gross. And then we were all like finishing off bottles, and then the last thing was fucking Evan Williams, and I remember drinking a bunch of that.
Yeah, that's the good stuff.
4 or 5 shots of that, and speaking now, 5 shots of anything would fucking wreck me because I'm such a lightweight anyway.
Yeah, I've never seen you drink more than one drink ever.
Yeah. So that is when I started doing what Dave Attell refers to as time traveling.
Oh, yeah.
Where you're like blacking out and then coming back and blacking out and coming back. And I just remember waking up in different parts of this fucking weird trailer.
Oh, boy.
Where like I'd be on the couch and then I'd be in the bathroom puking and then I'd be in the hallway. And the weirdest thing about this was when I got there, it was me, my buddy Scott Marshall, and Nerm Sturgis. It was the three of us, and I kept going in and out of consciousness. And every time I woke up, there were more people I knew there.
Kids are just coming over to hang out and get drunk.
Yeah, but like Dustin's trailer was like our secret. Like I was like, why are you here? And then I'd like go out and wake up and then there's more. And by the end, I swear to God, there was like 15 people from my class just like hanging out there. People I'd never hung out with ever before were just suddenly appearing. It was like a weird episode of This Is Your Life, but I was so fucked up. Like I couldn't talk to anybody or couldn't do anything. And then my friend Yari drove me home, I think at the end of the night. So
did you have to sneak in?
Yeah.
Or were your parents already asleep?
They were asleep. My parents go to bed at like 7:30.
Okay, yeah.
My parents are like farmers.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty much done at
Sleepy
9. So.
family, as earlier
As
described.
we mentioned earlier, to tie it up in a big bow. I don't know. I guess that one's not nearly as epic. It's more just, it was just funny because I just kept, there were just more and more people appearing, which tends to happen,
Yeah, did you ever figure out why they were all there?
I would assume somebody just, gave him a call like, yeah, there's
party over here.
Some creepazoid who fucking has a bunch of booze that he's giving to children.
Come be a witness to our murder.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah.
I've only had that once where a guy actually let us hang out at his house after buying us beer.
Oh, really?
And he straight up was like this punk rock dude because I was hanging out with these punk rock friends of mine.
Yeah.
And he just bought us like a 12-pack of Ice House and then hung out with us for like an hour maybe and was like, I'm going to bed. You guys can fucking stay here.
Oh, no. That's so...
Nothing bad happened, but it was just like, he was just like, you can just drink here, whatever. He doesn't give a shit. He was a super cool guy.
Okay. Yeah.
It didn't feel like creepy at all. At one point, he just came out and was like, just turn down the record player.
Okay. Okay.
He was just letting us be miscreants in his house.
Yeah.
Because he's a punk rocker.
Yeah.
So he doesn't abide by society's rules.
Yeah. That's all I got. Is that a show?
Absolutely.
This was a fun one.
Yeah.
I had a good time. Real loose. Hopefully everybody's having a good Friday. If you got some bullshit you want to tell us about, tweet at us. At the Goods Pod.
Yeah, why aren't you tweeting at us right now?
Yeah.
Why not?
Come on. Tweet more. But yeah.
Tweet more. You probably haven't been on social media enough lately.
Yeah. Drive yourself more insane with that. But yeah, where can they find you on Twitter, Sam?
Slam harder.
Patreon.com/thegoodspod. Got a new episode coming up Monday. I think we're watching something called Kroll. Yeah.
And I think it's just kind of a movie that... Remember when like He-Man and what's the movie called?
Oh, Masters of the Universe.
Yeah, I think it's when that was real popular, and this is kind of like a bootleg, cheap version of that.
Hell yes. I'm very excited for Kroll.
Yeah, I've seen it once before, and I just remember it being extremely weird and also bad.
But yeah, head on over to patreon.com/thegoodspod. $5 a month to get you access to a bonus show every week.
And my phone number.
And Sam's actual phone number.
And people... text me and I respond.
Hell yeah.
And we both have a good time.
Nice. But yeah, do all that stuff and goddamn,